So this is probably going to be pretty shaky. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like any and all are welcome because I cannot manage to configure the settings. So whatever happens, happens. It is the Lord's will and let it be done. So I'm late to my appointment, my very first appointment to do the um, what I am piggybacking off of, which is another reader who does what she refers to as her Friday lineup, her favorite Friday lineup. So she has been doing it in a while, and I said, okay, you know what? Let me try my hand at it because I feel like there's a familiar spirit that goes back and forth between us. And I have been trying for the past 3 hours to go live. Never mind everything that happened before that. You don't even want to know. But we'll save that for another update for another time about my personal journey. Anyone who has looked at some old videos of mine, or if you're new, and if you're not new, and yeah, it's been quite the ride. But I wanted to hurry up and get to the point. The reason why I'm doing this as a live and not as I was doing it before, and I haven't even been like facing the camera for a long time because there's been a lot going on. And I said, okay, I don't have time right now to do individual reads as I had intended. I wanted to put it on subscriber only because I didn't want to get distracted with any questions or any like, can you give me a reading? Can you answer this question for me? And be distracted because there's a lot of, I feel, low vibrational energies around me. As much as I cleanse and clean and whatever, sometimes it just happens with who you are and what you're available to, unfortunately. So I just have to trust that, my prayers, my intentions, everything has been set, and I'm just going to go ahead. Hopefully the messages come out as I intended. And I'm just going to, again, ask that my spirit guides and my protectors, that they guide me through these readings, and hopefully we'll get through them relatively quickly. I'm not trying to rush it, but I just kind of want to get to the point because it's past Friday now. And this thing has been holding me up as long as it possibly can. I'm walking around my house, and everywhere I go, right next to me, it's like bang, like something wants me to know I'm standing right here, and not in a good way. So imagine having to get used to that. Just random things knocking and banging in your house like all day, all night is crazy. So let's just, get to the point, get started. I don't even know if I'm going to shuffle because I know I cleansed and shuffled this deck. I believe I haven't used this in quite some time. But if you are new here, I go by Sindy Shenel, and this is the cheat code. And as I mentioned, we are doing a favorite Friday lineup. I'm just doing it for a while, see how it goes. Because as I mentioned, I'm piggybacking off of someone who online goes by Pretty Blind Eyes, and she was doing a favorite Friday lineup. And I'll tell that story one day about how that is just a weird thing. But like I said, I feel like there's a spirit that goes in between us, a little trickster spirit, I would say. So why would I try my hand at something that I feel is being manipulated? We'll get into that as well. But there's she had an old channel and now she has a new channel. If you watched my previous celebrity reading, I personally believe that you don't necessarily need to like dig into people's energy on a weekly basis to see what they're up to. I mean, there's a lot of blogs for things like that, but I feel like, as people make decisions in their life, the trajectory of their life changes. So that being the case, like I said, I wanted to set this up and do them individually as she had done them in the past. So she had an old channel, now she has a new channel, and she would do Chris Brown. Then she believed Chris Brown had a twin flame. She'd do the twin flame. Sometimes she'd do Rihanna. She started doing what's his name, Michael B. Jordan, Drake, Chris Brown's twin. I think I said that already. Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, and every once in a while Quincy. She started to add people to it, so she would go to, I guess whatever was in the news or however she was guided. I guess she did some meditations prior to doing her readings. I kind of, was in a little bit of a rush, and like I said, I kind of wanted to hurry up and get to the point. Hopefully, this is short and sweet. I pray, and again, I ask for protection and I ask for messages for the highest and greatest good of all parties involved. I ask that any interruptive, disruptive spirits are blocked, and I ask for protection over the reading. And again, I ask for my spirit guides and those that I've called upon prior to getting this reading started in my pre-recording practices, and just pre any spiritual practices, to make sure that, I am protected. And I think you can only be protected so much because sometimes things have to happen, but we'll see how this goes. So let's just get started. I'm all over the place. What I was trying to say is that I wanted to do individual reads, but I said, let me just do it as a live and just do it once. What am I saying once? Do it as a live and do it all together. Kind of like I did the other collective, like did it kind of like in a collective way with the one that I recently posted. So I am going to get started. So we'll start with Chris Brown. We'll see if there's any information, anything that my spirit guides, his higher self wants to share. So let's see, Chris Brown. What information is there about Chris Brown for this week? Whoops, pile upside down. What is Chris Brown's energy? What information do you want to share about Chris Brown? I usually turn the cards over for some reason. I'm just doing that right now. And then I just flip them over afterwards. Any other mess? Okay, guess we'll flip it over. I get kind of confused sometimes. Not even sometimes, as of late, with everything that's been going on with me, but get a little confused with the how I give my own self readings, or when I get called to get messages for myself, and then whatever happens after the fact. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So I'm hoping to get my overhead situations settled as well, so that I don't have to worry about always being prepared and rushing to try and get my setup together, which is not really the best setup right now. Back to the story at hand. Okay, so Chris Brown. What messages do we have about Chris Brown? So we have the Six of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. Is this like this? This is coming out most similar. We have the Three of Wands. Five of Wands. Sorry. And we have the Hangman. I'm in excruciating pain right now. I don't know what the heck is connecting to me, but it's very painful. Feels like I have no skin and just pure nerves and something sitting on my nerves. Okay. Yeah, getting on my nerves is more like it. All right. So what do we have as the message? Chris Brown. So I feel like there's going to be some sort of victory over, I'm hearing dispute with, I'm feeling like, because I'm thinking about his legal situation right now, but I'm getting with a female that is at a distance. Yeah, they're making me think that it's one of his baby mothers that lives far away. I know that with the situation that he's in right now, that he could be at a distance soon after his tour wraps up. So I don't know what timeline this is, if this is in the future or not. Yeah, there's more like with this combative energy. And the Hanged Man. I think there's a decision that he has to make, or that he's going to be making, or him being away from the public for a while. Because I believe that whatever he has to do, I don't know what the outcome of his case is going to be, because I think his sentencing or something like that is going to be done in, is it October, I think, of this year? So I think it's going to give him some time to contemplate, either when he's there or while, because there's a possibility, I understand, of him doing jail time. There's also, yeah, him just being on some sort of, not parole, what's the word? I just saw a bunch of different options that they said that they could give him, like some kind of like community service or something like that, something along those lines, like as well as like probably like a fine and whatnot. So whatever is going to be happening. So one of the scenarios I'm getting is kind of like, if he has to stay away, then it's going to give him time to think, because he's going to be away from his baby mama drama. So is there anything else? That's it. Clear and concise. Not much has changed. Little quick small message. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Let's see who else we have. Okay, so we have Rihanna up next. Like you want to grab this deck. I should be bringing my cleansing material in between these readings, but I pray again that the energy is cleared from Chris's energy. Let's move on to Rihanna. Let's see what messages are there for Rihanna. I usually mention the decks that I'm using, but I haven't been. That one's just called the Magical Tarot deck. This one is Life Happens Oracle deck. So let's see. We have Spiritual Bath. We have Gamble. Any other messages about Rihanna? We have It's Your Time. And I'm hearing Rihanna could be his twin. Who knows at this point? Who knows who the twin is? Okay, that's all we got. And Freedom at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so about Rihanna, let's see. Spiritual Bath, Gamble, and It's Your Time. What am I getting? There's been a lot that I've been channeling about Rihanna and hearing about Rihanna in other people's readings as well, about something in terms of her spirituality. She has been called to protect herself. From what? I'm not entirely sure. Hi, thanks for joining. Be sure to like. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I was listening to someone else's reading and they were mentioning something like she had been called to return to Barbados, that it's more safe for her there. And I personally was just channeling that I don't see her being there. Forgive me if I don't constantly look up. Thank you. If I don't constantly look up at the chat, I'm trying to like just, I guess, focus and channel here. So yeah, I've heard that she's been asked to stay in or to move to Barbados, and I was channeling something similar, but I felt as though she would not actually go. Like intuitively, I felt that not at the moment. I'm not doing any readings. I'm just actually doing a quick celebrity check-in, energy check, and then when I'm ready to do the readings, I'll be able to do that. But it's a little late over here in the Eastern time zone, East Coast. So I'm just doing some celebrity readings. Hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so yeah. So there's something that she needs to either cleanse or protect when it comes to herself. I feel without that, she is taking a gamble. What is this about? And It's Your Time. Can I get clarification? Let me actually just shuffle this from my spirit guides, her higher self. What is it about her time? I think that I'm getting there's some kind of new venture that she's going to be partaking in. I don't know what it is though. But there's some new venture that she's going to be embarking on. And yeah, I think that they're calling for her to protect herself at this time, that she could be spiritually vulnerable as well as vulnerable in other ways, I guess, due to like what has happened in the recent past. Can you clarify It's Your Time? Or was that what it was that you wanted to say? Yeah, so that's what it is. Something is like kind of like a guaranteed success, and also confirmation that there is something that she's going to be embarking upon in the future. So she's being called to protect her energy, because without it, she's definitely gambling. Yeah, she's gambling. She's taking a gamble if she doesn't do that. Okay, that was quick and short. What's at the bottom here? They want me to look at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Cups. What am I getting from Ace of Cups? Yeah, she's been very emotional lately. There's little things that I've seen, like with her tattoos and, her being kind of publicly facing, supporting ASAP Rocky, but there's stuff that's happening behind the scenes. And I even saw an interview with ASAP Rocky as well, kind of touching on a little bit of that. But yeah, that's it for Rihanna. If you're just joining me now, you can catch the replay, and you'll get some more information. This is probably just quick. I wanted to do a longer one, but again, it's kind of late, and I'm just trying to not get through it, but I wanted to keep to this schedule. So next up is Michael B. Jordan. So what messages do we have about Michael B. Jordan? Yeah, I want to go here now. This is called the Energy Oracle deck. I usually show decks because whenever people used to do readings, I always used to wonder if they, if I wanted to buy the deck myself. What is it called? So I've already shuffled this deck. So let's see. What are the messages for Michael B. Jordan, please? And if you're joining, thank you for joining. Thank you for liking, subscribe, comment. I'm going to be doing free yes or no questions soon. So I'll be sure to make sure I make a post about it. Yeah, in my community tab. So be sure to turn on the notifications if you subscribe, and you will be notified when I'm going to be doing readings. Okay, what other messages for Meg? That's it? Okay. All right, so I have Angel of Balance. I have the Sun. And I have 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. So the 6th chakra is the, wait, what is it? Yeah, third eye. Okay, so what do we have? Again, they want me to look at the bottom of the deck. What is it? Indecision at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Angel of Balance, the Sun. I was getting this from the last reading as well. And this is something I was saying, that I don't know that necessarily these readings are like needed weekly. So I need to do like some meditation before I do these readings to see like where has the energy shifted and who actually needs a read, not needs a reading, but there's more like new information to give. So I'm getting that he is aware, or that he's in tune with, last time I was getting like his ancestors, his spirit guides, things like that. Like he is a spiritual person, and that there are some new opportunities that are coming for him. And what is the balance about? I'm not sure what the balance is about. Can you clarify the balance? What's the balance about for Michael B. Jordan, please? And thank you to my spirit guides. What's the balance about? Let me shuffle again. Okay. And if you're catching this on the replay, if you have any celebrities that you want me to do a reading on, let me know. I will check with my spirit guides. I'll do what I do behind the scenes to get clearance, because I don't like just delving into people's energy without permission and without support, because anything can come in and just be like, yeah, I'm Michael B. Jordan's spirit guide or his higher self. And it's like some kind of dark energy. We don't want that. So I got the more balance, the 6 of Pentacles. What is the story here? Because now I'm kind of lost. Okay, so I was talking about the fact that the last reading I was getting that he was, well, he has talked about his spiritual beliefs, but that he is in tune and that there were some opportunities that were coming for him. So he's aware of those opportunities. Okay, I'm getting 2 things. The opportunities, I think this is part of the last reading. The opportunities are something that have been divinely lined up for him. They could be in connection with something that's connected to his roots or his spiritual beliefs. There's something about him going or traveling somewhere where it's going to bring attention to something like a problem or a matter or a country or an issue in a country. Wherever he does this movie, it could even be like a documentary type of thing, or like based on a true story. Like maybe he's taking on a character of someone, not taking on a character, but taking on a person. how do I word this? Like, you know, when people do like, what do you call it? Like how they had the Michael Jackson, what is it, biopic? Yeah. Like when people do something like that. But I feel like it's going to bring attention to some matters of the world. I don't know what it is exactly. Let's see. If you're joining, be sure to like, share, subscribe so you know when I'm doing readings, when I go live. I'm going to start doing some free readings as well before I start doing larger readings. So some yes or no, one card pull questions. We have the Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups. I think that I think that he is has walked away, or he's willing to walk away from even like money, or walk away from another opportunity that might be more lucrative with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, like, or willing to take like a pay cut because it's something that is like almost like, I wouldn't say charity work, but it's almost like it's charity, because the meaning that it has behind it is what is more important. Again, they keep wanting me to look at the bottom. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Let's say Nine of Cups. That's wish fulfillment. So yeah, it could be something that will be fulfilling to him. So it's not just going to fill his pockets, like in terms of allowing for him to have, you know, I guess more, how do I word it? For him to have, I guess, more success in the public eye, but it will be like fulfilling to him to play this role or play this part or bring light to a particular subject or a particular matter. The other thing that's coming to mind is that movie, I think it's called Philadelphia. Um, yeah, with Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. So yeah, I'm getting that type of vibe. Like he's willing to bring light to a subject or a subject matter. Okay, and that's it from Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, I'm feeling like these readings might not be necessary weekly, but I can do like a little, you know, meditation prior to and see what is needed in terms of who is on the docket for any changes or life path changes or what have you. So next up we have Drake. So let's see what the stars are saying for Drake. What the stars are saying for Drake. Okay, so I ask that the energy for Michael B. Jordan is cleansed, please, and thank you to my spirit guides and my protectors. And I can get some information about Drake. What do we want to talk about when it comes to Drake, or what information do you want to share when it comes to Drake with the permission of Drake's, obviously with his spiritual team, his higher self? What messages are there about Drake? What messages are there about Drake? He's been acting very interesting lately. So we have, again, this came out. This is the Eight of Cups. What else do we have about Drake? We have the, what is this? Six of Wands. Any other? I'm getting that he has to walk away from something. He has to walk away from something in order for him to find success. Anything else? Yeah, he's not really allowing himself to be led in any way spiritually. He seems to be motivated by other things. This is very heavy on the spiritual element. I always ask for messages for the highest and greatest good of the parties involved. So, you know, as I begin to open up more, it's not really all about the gossip, but I'm trying not to censor any messages. But, you know, I'm not really a gossip queen, but I do channel stuff sometimes when looking at people, but I just don't, you know, indulge too much. I have the Knight of Swords. So that's some swift movement. Let's see. Is he being asked to do something quickly, or he is going to change his direction quickly? Let's see. Yeah, so this is the Six of Wands. Six of Wands. Six of Wands is there. Six of Swords. Yeah. So what I'm getting is that he is being asked to, or being guided to move away from, when I say guided, meaning that this is the guidance that is either he is aware of or what is being said about him, to move away from what it is that he's doing. So I know now he's getting involved in like streaming and stuff like that. So move away from streaming. I guess that's what it is. I don't know if it's music as well. I know I personally was thinking that he should like go back into acting for a little while and just take a break because all the stuff that has happened with him in the music industry, it's like just take a break, do like, sharpen your skills in another area and come back. Um, yeah, that he will find victory in another area or another venture, and that he's, yeah, being asked to do that swiftly because there could be something that's coming up that could definitely rock the boat for him. So, if he wants things to remain calm and cool, and I actually did see a video of him recently. He was calling out some people, and he deliberately left out certain streamers' names on purpose as to like stir up some drama, like when he was doing that with Kai Cenat. So I feel like that's probably why, because I don't think it's going to turn out good. Just like with the issue that he had with Kendrick Lamar, how it just really went the opposite way that he's used to things going for him. I feel like the same thing's going to happen in the streaming world. I know he had even like a lawsuit or something like that going on. Um, all alleged and for entertainment purposes only, but that actually is publicly documented. So there was some sort of lawsuit or something like that going on with him, not just with his own music, but with the streaming platforms and things that were happening. So yeah, that's the guidance for him to move on to something else quickly because it could end up not being good for him if he wants to stay everything to stay calm and like get a fresh start and like reintroduce himself, even though he has been doing well with the album that he had. It's like, yeah, time to move on and do something else and not continue with what you're doing because he seems to be delving deeper into the streaming stuff. So that's Drake. Who do we have next? We have Chris Brown's twin. Okay, Chris Brown's twin. Where are we going? We're going here with it. So this has been a very controversial topic. I remember I see a lot of people doing readings on Chris Brown's twin, in particular, the person that I had mentioned earlier on in this live. So if you catch the replay, you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's see what information there is about Chris Brown's twin. I personally believe it is possible that he has a twin flame. I don't really connect to Chris Brown. I'm going to do a separate reading on Chris Brown and on Quincy Brown. So that's going to be actually a pre-record I'm going to post. So stay tuned for that. So what information do you have about Chris Brown's twin? So if the belief is that Chris Brown is a twin flame and he has a twin, well, that was a lot. Okay, let's see. Okay. So we have masculine energy. What else do we have? Heartbroken. Any other messages? No? We have rock bottom at the bottom of the deck. So let's see what I'm getting here. I feel like it's blank. I feel like I'm not channeling anything here. So masculine energy, okay, we'll go back to, we're going to clarify. I haven't had to do so much clarifying, but today has been a wild day spiritually for me. So there could be some blockages going on, even though I tried to clear the energy. Sometimes you have to do it more than once. Sometimes it's just not a good day and you got to pack it up. So let's see what's going on. Can I get some clarification for, yeah. Because of the rock bottom and the heartbroken, it could be, yeah, it's starting to open up now. Because of the rock bottom and the heartbroken, it could be that his twin is feeling left out or feeling ignored. And maybe she's at the end of her rope with dealing with the situation. If you're new to the idea of Chris Brown having a twin, it's that if you haven't watched any of his readings of people doing readings on his twin flame, it's that, she is, I guess, at least on the spiritual level with the last reading I did, aware. I'm not going to go into what other readers have said, but they're spiritually aware of each other. If you're aware of how twin flames work, that's kind of how it is. They might meet in the ethers or, have spiritual contracts with each other, but they are a half of a whole. And people kept asking, essentially, Chris Brown's twin, where Chris Brown is out here, having babies, doing all kinds of things. what's going on with his twin, because time is just ticking. He's getting older, she's getting older. What's happening? Are they going to meet in the 3D? Like, what's happening? So I'm getting that. So this could be 5D energy, or it could be 3D energy if they're aware of each other. That, yeah, she's feeling heartbroken. He is still very much in his masculine energy. So he's still, you know, flexing his ability to pull women and things like that. It doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime. So any clarification? What do we have? Yeah. Ace of Swords. That is correct. Yeah, so let's just leave it there. That's pretty much the energy for Chris Brown's twin. If you missed the previous readings that I did on these particular celebrities, they are on my page. Be sure to take a look, check them out. Yeah, if you're interested, if you like them, if you want me to read on any other celebrities, go ahead and do that. Again, my policy is I got to check with my spiritual team because that's where I get my information from. And not only that, when I channel, not just channel, excuse me, but I get intuitively and things like that, I don't always do readings off of that unless I'm really strongly pulled or guided. So I was checking with them and just comment who you'd like me to do a reading on, and hopefully we can get to that. We have Selena left and Justin Bieber. So let's see, we're going back here. Okay, so please cleanse the energy from Chris Brown's twin, and let's look at Selena Gomez. So we have another reading about Selena Gomez that's on the channel. It's in the collective, well, not collective, but in the, yeah, I guess collective of celebrities that I did. So let's see what news is there, or what information is there about Selena Gomez. Anything about Selena that she would like to share, her higher self, her spirit guides? We have Knight of Cups. Anything else about Selena? Again, we have the Six of Wands. And we have the Devil card. Anything else? Anything else about Selena? Okay. So we have a lot of repeat offenders coming out, a lot of repeat cards. Anything else? Death card. Let's see what else we got going on. Anything else? Whoops. Is that one? Let me shuffle again. Try and knock out some of this energy. Wake it up a little bit. How long are we? 32 minutes. Okay. Any other messages about Selena? Okay, I'm being guided to stop, but something's coming out. What is it? It's the Three of Pentacles. That might be relevant. What's at the bottom? And the Two of Pentacles. 3223. I've been seeing that number a lot lately. Okay, so Knight of Cups, Six of Wands, the Devil card, Ace of Swords, and the Death card. So what am I getting about Selena? Let's see. This seems like it's bringing in the energy of a masculine. What is that guy's name? Is it Benny? Is it Benny? Whoever she's married to. I'm sorry, I don't even really pay attention to a lot of these people, unfortunately. But if it is, yeah, it's Benny. Is it Benny Blanco? Why do I not know this? Anyways, sometimes, especially when you're channeling, or like how I said, I've been like heavily projected on today, your mind is just floating all over the place. You can't even remember where you live. So let me see. I get that he's getting a lot from her emotionally. And it's also kind of elevating his status or how people look at him, but it's not really helping her. I'm getting that just the Ace of Swords is just, yeah, that's just what it is right now. With the Death card, yeah, I'm getting that's not really going to last very long. I don't think that this is a long-term situation, unfortunately. There is some sort of rebirth or restart. Can I get some more information on that? Because I feel like there's something that wants to come out that's not coming out. And the Magician. The Magician to clarify the Death card. You want me to pull from here? Masculine energy again. He doesn't really seem to have a lot of masculine energy, and that might be what's missing. What does that have to do with the Magician? As above, so below. Can I get some more clarification? I'm a little stuck on this right now. What is Knight of Cups? King of Cups. Excuse me, I said Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is there. The King of Cups was just showing itself. King of Cups. Something about that could be what she's trying to manifest or what she's hoping to get from him. That there will, like, I guess, cycle around to him pouring into her. Name the Page of Pentacles. Huh. Whenever I get the Page of Pentacles, I always kind of look at it like something is like kind of just close, like almost like you're trying to, again, manifest it. And Magician has to do with manifestation as well. So she could be like hoping, wishing, praying that his ways will change. I don't really see them in the public eye together very much. I'm not looking, so I don't really know. I can't really pick up on that energy. But what I'm getting is that, yeah, I feel like she's pouring into him more than he's pouring into her. It could even be financially as well. I'm saying Grim Reaper. Like he's like the Grim Reaper or something like that. What does that mean? Like he just takes? Yeah. So I feel like there needs to be like a cycle change in their relationship, or that's what she's hoping for. Is that what is being anticipated? Is there a cycle change for them? What is this? The Lover's card. Yeah, seems like their relationship can go further if those changes are met. Because I don't know why they wanted me to look at this again, the masculine energy. I just think he's not masculine enough for her. It is a very interesting pair. They are a very interesting pair. Yeah, and then the Two of Cups at the bottom. Yeah, I think that if there has to be some changes behind the scenes with them, and then I feel like there's like more longevity to their relationship. So let's move on to the last person we have on the favorite Friday lineup, and it's Justin Bieber. So let's see what my spirit guides want to share with me about Justin Bieber, and hopefully with Justin Bieber's spiritual team's permission as well. And again, I pray for no disruption in the messages, that they're clear. Okay, so let's clear the energy, please, of Selena's reading. And what messages are there about Justin Bieber, please? If you're watching, sorry, I haven't even been paying attention. I'm just like, I had planned on pre-recording this, so I'm just like minding my business over here. If you join or if you're catching the replay, thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the readings. Let me know what you think about these celebrities, any questions you have about them, anyone you want me to read on, and I will do my best. And turn your notifications on to all if you subscribe. Hopefully you subscribe. And when I start doing free readings, you'll be notified about that. So what do we have for Justin Bieber? We have some wild cards again. Okay. Might have to do a little cleansing. What do we have about Justin Bieber, please? And thank you. Okay, so we have anxiety and we have longing. Is this going the same place as my previous Justin Bieber reading? Okay. Any other messages? Okay, so we're playing coy with the messages. Any other messages? That's it? Okay. I don't know if anybody, if you catch the replay, if you heard that, something just knocked on my chair. It's for the whole night, everywhere I go, something is knocking beside me. Just knock, knock, knocking away. Okay, so let's see. Anxiety and longing. What am I getting from that? Yeah, I was getting, again, from the previous celebrity reading that I did about a week ago, that he was still having feelings for someone else, and that he was hoping that even though when pigs fly, that might come to pass. I was just guessing that it might have been Selena that he was thinking of. What is the anxiety about? Please and thank you. Can you clarify the anxiety? What is he anxious about? I feel like my gifts are like turned off right now. The star card. What are we saying about the star? Anything else? Any other messages? What is this? Judgment card. And yeah, 9 of Swords. So again, in his head, same type of energy as before. So still in his head. Where are we? 40 minutes in. What am I getting about the star card? I feel like he feels like he's being poured into by the wrong person, or someone could be taking from him and it's not being reciprocated. Yeah. What's drawing my attention right now, or what's being drawn? Um, I can't even find my words. What I am being drawn to is the fact that it kind of almost like kind of looks greedy. Like if you look right here, with the female, and the horn, that looks like whatever's, I guess, supposed to represent the noise of the horn. It's like this person's like grabbing all of it. There's like very little for the baby and none for the man here. And that's what's kind of being, not kind of, that is what I'm being drawn to. So it's almost like someone is taking everything for themselves. And I'm kind of getting that same kind of selfish energy here. It's looking like someone is, pouring into themselves and not really too concerned where the other part of where they should be giving, where it's going. Yeah, I'm getting that kind of like he's anxious about what the future is for his relationship, or for his love life, his relationship status, and that he is still longing for someone. That could be where the 9 of Swords is coming from. Yeah. And the High Priestess is at the bottom. Okay, is there any other messages about, let me use this card? Indecision. So yeah, it looks like he's indecisive about whether or not he should move on from the relationship that he's in, or if he will. Yeah, I just, not even if he will, it's just indecision. Like, should I move on to what I think I might happen if I leave this relationship, or am I leaving what is just meant for me? That's all I'm getting for Justin Bieber. So this was, I'm going to be honest, a little bit rushed. So I apologize. I think my spirit guides are in agreement with that. Some of them did not want me to do this reading, and we're like, you have a personal policy on celebrity readings, and now you're doing these celebrity readings. And I also do feel like weekly things don't tend to change that much unless you make a decision, and the trajectory of wherever you're going or what you're doing can change. And so like weekly kind of energy checks, they don't have to be that long, and they aren't really that necessary, I feel. So the favorite Friday lineup, I'm still going to continue, but I think I'm going to meditate first and see if there needs to be a reading on all of them, or if there is just, maybe there might just only be messages about 1 or 2. Again, stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing maybe 2 or 3 readings, actually, 2 or 3 spots about Chris Brown. And I'm going to be doing a reading on Quincy Taylor Brown, because I've been getting a lot of, like, not really channeled messages for him. I guess you could call them channeled message, but a lot of intuitive messages about him. So I'm going to be doing a reading on him. Not too many people have been doing readings on him unless it's connected to Diddy. So he's his own man. He has his own life. So we'll see what is going to come out about that, and what his guides want to share and what my guides want to share about that. So thank you for tuning in again. This is a little bit rushed, even though it was kind of long, a little bit all over the place. Energetically, the way that things have been going for me today have just not been the greatest, but I wanted to stick to my own personal commitments. And I hope you enjoyed. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, make sure they're on all so that you know when I post and when I go live, hopefully earlier, hopefully with a clearer mind. And also so you can stay tuned and know when I'm going to be doing the free readings, because they're going to be doing, whoa, I'm going to be doing yes or no readings, one card pulls, um, to answer some questions for you guys. And then we're going to parlay that into doing some personal readings, hopefully, as my guides assist me in being a little bit more open to channeling other people's energy. Even though that's what I'm doing here, when it comes to like the general public, you never know. Some people, I've seen some scary things sometimes. So, anyways, thanks again for tuning in. It's a cheat code.